Hey my friend, James Jordan, Best Networker Live, just coming to you today with this quick video. And the reason why I'm really shooting this video today is because I just wanted to come from a place of value and sincerity and inspiration, right? You see, here's the thing nowadays that I'm seeing with network marketing, right? A lot of people are really looking to take the network out of it, and they're just looking to focus on marketing, right? And here's the thing that I want to tell you is that there are endless amounts of possibilities to grow a network marketing business, grow an affiliate marketing business, grow an internet marketing business. Uh, there's so many different ways to get the results that you seek. And what I want to emphasize to you in this video, right? A little bit winded because I just did some push-ups, right? A great way to get in this peak state before you shoot a video is just to do something like a quick exercise or a couple push-ups and stuff like that. Uh, but what I want to talk about today in this video is something that I call the law of auto correction. Right now, this may already be a law. If not, I am claiming that it is a law now. And you may be asking, well, what is that? Well, here's the thing, right? When you get focused on your goals and what it is that you want for yourself, you tend to get dialed in, right? Like my goal right now in my business is to serve as many people as I can by giving them as much value as I possibly can. I don't care if I'm just helping someone, or if I'm just giving them value and helping them grow their business. I'm not always tied to one particular outcome when I am building my business. Meaning that if I'm talking to someone, I'm not always looking to make money, right? And when you start to come from a place of value and what I would deem to phrase the go-giver, right? I know there's a book by that name, but when you come from a place of sincere value and integrity, it always comes back to you, right? It just always comes back to you, and when you start to do that, it's a powerful thing. You're starting to sow many seeds that will reap. Some will reap immediately, some will reap in a very short period of time, and some will reap over the course of a long period of time. But the point is that you gotta sow, and you gotta sow every day. Whether that's getting on the phone, connecting with people, right? Whether that's using YouTube marketing, for example, Facebook. Listen, if you're on Facebook and you're not connecting with new people every single day, whether that's through Facebook chat, through paid advertising, group marketing, fan pages, connecting with people, and then getting on the phone with them, you are leaving a ton of connections, resources, and revenue and profits, to be quite honest with you, on the table. And I mean on the table. Because I did something today that I've kind of been wrestling with for the past couple months, which was pick up my phone and connect with a lot of people on Facebook, right? Giving people my phone number, which I've been very candid in not doing for quite some time, because I was all about posture, and someone has to join my business before I talk to them on the phone, and rah 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 rah. And what I realized was that I wasn't focusing on giving. I wasn't focused on being value based, right? Now my time is very valuable, and I do treasure my time. But what I realized is that I was kind of being greedy and selfish by not extending my hand to people, right? And I was sending the wrong message out because there's been some things that's been transpiring in my business and in this industry that's really made me look at what my true purpose is, why I'm here, why I'm in network marketing, and what it is that I'm looking to do while I'm in this industry. Even though I personally believe that I'll never leave this industry, whether I'm a distributor, whether I'm a company owner, whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm always going to be involved in this industry. Speaking at events, I'm always going to be involved in this industry because this industry is about change. This industry is about transformation. And When I started to get focused on that, right, my true purpose and why I'm here and why I'm involved in network marketing and what has kept me in network marketing, uh, I realized that I was withholding value, right? And you may be doing this right now in your business, right? It may depend on who taught you how to build a business and whatnot. I've learned from old school marketers and I've learned from new school marketers, so I have a really balanced education when it comes to this industry, to where I can go and walk up to some random stranger and prospect them, even though I don't do it at all, to be quite honest with you. Still a skill set, because it allows me to be able to build rapport and have confidence and step into my power no matter where I'm at, right? And it translates to when I'm on the phone talking to people who've already gotten started in my business, right? Now, what I'm doing is I'm extending my hand to people who aren't in my business, because I'm really looking to be of service and really looking to give as much as I possibly can, without expecting something in return all the time. Because here's the thing: once you start to activate the laws of attraction, you realize that your income, the results that you're seeking, isn't going to come from the person that you think it's going to come from, right? I've seen this repeatedly over and over and over again. As I get more clear on what it is that I'm seeking, when it pops up and when it happens and when it manifests, it never comes from the person that I expected it from, right? I have countless story after story after story after story after story, in this industry from my different experiences, right? Where I've had people that would plug into something, purchase a $500 product, $1,000 product, purchase $1,000 coaching package and stuff like this, when I would have never expected it, right? And it's like almost kind of randomly came out of thin air. Now, it wasn't random, right? And because of the laws of this universe, you just know and understand that. But when you focus on really being of service and overextending your value, what happens is, the universe just works in your favor, and people will connect with you. People will want to stay connected with you, and people will want to work with you and join you in your business, purchase products from you, hire you as a coach or a consultant, and basically they will want to spend money with you. They will want to give you money, believe it or not. And when you do this right, and you really come from a place of deep, sincere service and gratitude, people will want to pay you a lot of money, right? And you may be sitting here focusing on the money right now in your business, and hey, I used to as well. I need my team to just get money team on the front end, because what my whole message is just to teach you how to get into profit, right? To teach you the principles that's required to get you into profit. And one of those I'm sharing with you right now is being of immense value. Start to ask yourself, how can I be of value? How can I give to my fellow man, woman, and child? What can I do better today that I didn't do yesterday? How can I improve upon what I've done already to be of service and to be of value? What can I share today from inspiration to truly help someone else go out and have a breakthrough, to have a shift, right? I got on the phone today and I talked to a couple different people, where I wasn't necessarily looking to sell them something, right? Where I was just looking to make a connection, and if there was something I could recommend to them, whether or not I received a commission on it, I would just give them a recommendation, right? Like, I was talking to this one guy on Facebook, and I told him to go buy The Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy. If you don't have that book, I'm telling you right now, go buy that book, because it will give you the structure of what's required to be able to go out and really become a master of copywriting. I got that book and I wrote a sales letter that allowed me to go out and sell my product over a webinar that I wasn't even on, because people went to the website, right, that was recommended to them. They went and saw the copy on my website and they bought the product, right? So how did that happen? Well, it came from me going out and learning something and then implementing it in my business, right? And what I'm doing now, right, is sharing that with you, right? I'm sowing into you, right? Because I know that, but based on the laws of the universe and the law of attraction, that it is going to come back around to me in some way, shape, or form. It may not happen instantly. It may happen a week from now. It may happen 3 weeks from now. It may happen 3 years down the road, right? But the more you sow, the more you reap. The more you sow, the more you reap. The more you sow, the more you reap. So you really got to ask yourself, what is it? Am I sowing today, or am I trying to reap? Right? And when you focus on sowing, sowing, and sowing, and sowing, and sowing, and sowing, and sowing, that's when the game changes for you. That's when life becomes easier. That's when you're no longer chasing people, and when you ask people to call you, or you ask them for their phone number, they're willing to give it to you, right? And or if you tell them to go to a website, and you tell them to go through a sales process, and then you tell them to pull out their credit card and buy, they end up buying from you. Why? Because you're giving value, and you're focusing entirely on them, their wants, their goals, and their desires, right? The more you get out of your own ego, and the more you get into your prospect's mind, and you start thinking about them first, that's when it becomes easy, right? And I used to sit here and think that it was all about psychological tactics and all this other stuff. And while those things are great and they work, right? Think about this. The greatest networker in the world was Jesus Christ, right? You can say what you want to say to me about that and your opinions on Jesus, right? Regardless if you're a believer or not, and I happen to be a Christian, but excuse me. Jesus Christ is the greatest networker of all time. I mean, look at how many followers of his teachings there are. I mean, the proof is overwhelming, so to speak, right? And when you sit there and look at it, what did Jesus do, right? If you really sit there and think about it, he sacrificed and he gave everything that he possibly could for his fellow man, woman, and child, right? So if you just implement some of what he teaches, right, or model some of what he did, there's no way on God's green earth, right, that you can't go out and get whatever it is that your heart desires, right? Because you're here for a reason, and there's a blessing that's upon you, whether you realize it or not, right? But the whole point is of me really shooting this video is because I want you to realize it. I want you to understand that, right? I want you to know and appreciate the fact that you're here for a reason. All the things that you've gone through up until this point in your life has been a part of your story, a part of your testimony, so that you could really sit there and share with people that, hey, there's an end to this, right? There's an end to the struggle. There's an end to the madness, right? There's a glory behind everything that you've gone through, because once you get through it, and once you're in the promised land, you're going to be able to tell that story and inspire someone else to be able to go out and do the same thing, right? And when you really get to that place in your life, and you start to have that peace and that harmony, that's when things start to work in your favor. That's when the abundance that is around you starts to flow through you, and prosperity starts to flow through you, right? But it's easy to cut it off. It's easy to block it, right? Because I've done it several times. I've gotten into this space in the past, and then I would leave it just because of the ego and the old way of thinking and the old paradigms trying to come back in and take over. But because I am consistently focused on growing, and to be honest with you, just giving God the glory about the fact that I'm having these breakthroughs, because I'm not doing it by myself. None of us are ever by ourselves. There's always a force behind us, right? There's always a power behind us that flows through us and that is surrounding us at all times, right, so to speak. And you just got to know that. You just got to understand that, right? You see, when you start to really step into your power, you could sit here and you could talk for days, right? And just share and give value, and not have to read from a script, and not have to think about what you're going to say every 2 seconds, because I'm not reading from a script right now, and all I'm sitting here thinking about is, what can I say to you that's going to allow you to have a breakthrough? What can I say to you that's going to allow you to have a shift? What can I say to you that's going to allow you to sit there and say, aha, yes, I have figured it out, right? I know exactly what I need to do to go out and get the results that I seek. Because here's the thing, you have a power that is so immense, right, that you don't even understand. You can't possibly understand the tenth of what you're capable of, right? I mean, the more powerful I become, the more I become aware, the more present I become, the more I realize how powerful I am, but I still don't know how powerful I really am, right? Because there's so much more, right? And when you start to get that and you start to understand that, that's when you really start to tap into the zone, right? Like, I know that I'm shooting this video right now, and it's really going to change someone's life. Whether it's yours or whether it's someone else's, that decision is ultimately up to you. but you're going to have a breakthrough through watching this video, and so will someone else. So you have to sit there and ask yourself, well, when is the breakthrough going to come, right? Well, the breakthrough should happen right now. The breakthrough should have already happened. And if it hasn't happened yet, then break through right now and make a decision that your life is going to change. Make a decision that you're going to do whatever it takes, right? Because the more that you sit there and say to yourself, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Now, of course, you don't want it to affect your morals, or anything of that nature, your faith, things of this nature. As long as it doesn't affect that, then be willing to do whatever it takes. And I used to sit there and say that to myself, but I really didn't believe it. And then I sat there and I said to myself, well, James, are you really willing to do whatever it takes? Right? And I had to sit there and look at myself in the mirror, and I had to do some cleaning, get rid of the past, let go of a lot of different things, right? Like for example, I had a conversation with my granddad today. I hadn't talked to him in months, right? And he's a very successful individual, right? And he's one of the most positive people that I've been able to talk to in my entire life. And I didn't have that relationship growing up, right? And I didn't have that relationship until I let go and I made the decision to give him a call sometime last year. And because of that conversation, it opened up the doorways to literally, I was thinking about calling him the other day, and, I just made the decision to call him today. And you know what was funny? When I got on the phone with him, he said, JC, because that's my nickname, right? So, I know if you call me JC, you actually watch this video and you've been paying attention, right? And he said, he was like, JC, I spoke you into, he didn't say existence, but he just like, I spoke of you today, right? And look, you're calling me. Well, that's how the universe works, right? The ability to manifest, right, happens right now. The ability to manifest happens in this present moment, right? You see, right now you may be watching this video, but you're thinking about a million other things instead of really focusing intensely on the words that I'm sharing with you, on the wisdom that I'm giving to you right now, right? But the moment that you make the decision to do that, the moment that you decide that you are going to watch this entire video, right, and you're going to pay attention to every single word that I say to you, that is when you start to have a breakthrough. Because then you start to understand the power of focus. You start to understand the power of this present moment, and you start to understand how by making a decision to tap into your power, you become limitless. You have the ability to go out and do anything and everything that you could ever want to do in your life because you simply have made the decision that you are here right now. And you see, the more that I talk about being present, guess what? The more present I become. And the more I can sense this feeling of power within me because I know and understand how to influence, right? And the only way that you can influence people is by being certain, right? Being certain of yourself, being certain of what it is that you're saying, right? Because once you make that decision that you are certain what it is that you're sharing, what it is that you're doing is going to happen, there's a power behind that. You see, because most people that are walking around, 97, 99% of the population, they are uncertain. That is why they look for people like us, the leaders, right, of our certainty, and they follow us and pretty much do whatever we tell them to do, right? So how is it that you get to that place? Well, I just told you, right? So if you've been sitting there and you're in another window screen, or you're reading your email while you're listening to this video, right, or you're doing something else, right? You're not fully present. But once you make that decision to just shut down everything else and focus on what it is that I'm sharing with you, there is a power in that. And the more that you do that in your life, the more that you do that in your business, the more success that you're going to have, because the more that you can tap into this present moment, the more you can manifest anything that you ever want for yourself instantly, my friend, instantly. You see, what you're getting right now today probably came about from a thought that you had about 3 days ago. Right? And if whether or not you believe that's true, think about what you thought about 3 days ago, and then think about what's happening today, right? Because there is a power in the way that you think. There is a power in the things that you do, and the things that you do come from the way that you think. So the more that you start thinking about abundance, the more that you think about producing, the more that you think about connecting with the right people to help you go out and achieve your goals and your dreams, right? The more that you think about serving others and giving to people as much as you possibly can, and giving without want, you will sow those seeds and you will reap those seeds. You will reap that harvest faster than you could ever imagine, my friend. So the real question is, how serious are you? How bad do you want it? Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Because the moment that you make that decision, that is when you have had a breakthrough. That is when you have had a paradigm shift, right? And then you keep going, you keep pushing, you keep developing yourself, you keep getting outside of your comfort zone, right? Because I remember I used to sit here and I would sit here and try and think about everything that I had to say in a video, and then I just sat there and said, you know what, F it. I am just going to sit here and share with you whatever I possibly can to help you have a breakthrough so that you could go out and change your life and change your circumstances, my friend. And once I made that decision, that is when everything changed for me. That is when I could go out and cut a video like this and come from a place of sincere value and gratitude that can absolutely change your life, my friend. So the real decision is, are you present right now? Right? Are you making a decision to be present? Because all you have to do is make a decision in order for your life to change, to go out and manifest anything that you could ever want for yourself, my friend. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video. So I just want to let you know I love you and appreciate you, and I just want to say God bless you, and that there is an abundance flowing through you, prosperity is flowing through you, wealth is flowing through you, and just simply make the decision to accept it and deserve it, because you do, my friend. I love you and appreciate you. God bless you, and watch me like you watch TV and watch your income grow massively, my friend. I will see you in the next video. James Jordan tuning out. Take care and have a blessed night, my friend. Talk to you soon.